Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a new love reading. We're going to be looking at what new love is coming towards you. It's going to be quite an in-depth reading with messages from and about your person. So as always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left, group 3 on the right. Timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box. And that being said, I will leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy this reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the pink opal heart, then this is going to be for you. The pink opal is a beautiful, nourishing, nurturing, compassionate stone. It also encourages us to be authentic and honest and not worrying about what other people think, relieving and releasing any tension or anxiety, that sort of thing. You know, just it's like feels like just a softening and acceptance of who you are. So this is a really in-depth reading. Try not to spend too long, but we may go for a bit more than 20. We're going to be looking at a new love that's coming in. Now, some people connecting to this reading, this could be about a relationship you're already in. I know some people that are already in a relationship click these titles to look at maybe the new energy of love that might be entering your relationship. However, my intention is about new people coming in for people that are perhaps single or, you know, in a situationship or something, but looking for something different. But it definitely can still apply for those who are in a relationship and you're looking at the new love that's coming in. So I've written a bunch of things here for a spread. So the first one is we're going to look at is any blocks to welcoming in new love, how to overcome any of those blocks, who this person is, when you will meet them, where you will meet them, your first impression of them, the bond between you, the future potential of the connection, and any guidance for you. So we have a lot of cards here. Some also have some Uncover Love oracles as well to sort of look at the dynamic and the type of relationship you share. And I have a love message from the Wisdom of the Oracle and also some archetypes, but we'll get into that when we look at who they are. Let's first look at some of the signs on the table. So we're going to see here Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Pisces, Libra, Virgo. Those are all the fixed signs here of Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. So those could be significant signs or traits that this person has. So yeah, starting now with any blocks to welcoming new love in. First we have the Six of Swords, the Chariot, and the Devil. So Six of Swords, this can be many things. For some of you, it's a timing thing. It's simply a timing thing. Especially with two travel cards, you know, they can be timing cards. For some of you, it is travel. Maybe it's the fact that you're going to meet this person overseas, or they're going to meet you overseas from where they are, and that they need to come across the ocean or travel before that can happen. So for some of you, it's very much just a distance factor. For some of you, this could be a long distance relationship as well. So it is about potentially about timing or distance that keeps you apart. Another thing, or keeps you apart from meeting, but not once you're together, of course. Well, remains to be seen. Each situation will be different, but with the Chariot here, this could also be about your confidence. It could be about feeling confident, and maybe it's because you've been through really unhealthy relationships and the trust, or there's maybe like a low expectation of what relationships have to bring you. So it could be around confidence. It could also be confidence in yourself, just your own self-esteem, you know, how you feel about yourself. The Devil here could also be talking about maybe some people in this reading are in situations that are not healthy, and maybe it's the fact that you can't meet this person because you've got other energy still around you that needs to be released and you need to move forward away from that. So take what resonates from this area, but the things that block this connection or meeting a new love definitely have to do with confidence and coming out of a place of, you know, strain and emotional turmoil. Some people, it might be addictions that need to be released. You know, maybe it's like moving into a more healthy lifestyle to be able to attract that person that you really desire. It's like something as simple as smoking cigarettes. That can be a big turn off to a new person. And it also displays the message that you don't love yourself very much, you know, if you're doing something unconsciously that technically kills you. So little things like that can be a deterrent from a beautiful, healthy love coming in. Take what resonates, not all of it will, but that's the possible blocks. What to do about blocks. So underneath the Six of Swords is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is about landing in a new place for someone when it comes to travel. Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. For others of you, it could be, maybe you're also like stuck in an old job or something that doesn't serve you, and it's not until you move into a new job that you're actually going to get to meet this person, because there is, spoiler alert, in the where you meet them, potentially in a workplace. We'll get to that in a moment though. The Ace of Pentacles is also about starting new things, new hobbies, new adventures of any kind, really. Like, it can be about money making, but it can also be about like creativity and developing things that are very tangible and physical. So that is definitely a factor that will help you overcome. Like, also healthy lifestyle choices. Just the Ace of Pentacles to me is like implementing a new health regime. That's how I often see it as, especially with the abundant, beautiful flowers around it. It could also be to do with like giving yourself the love and nurturing you need to glow and grow into who you are going to become, that then magnetizes this person. Another factor underneath the Chariot, which is about confidence, is the Six of Wands. So this is about being seen. Maybe for some of you, you're going to meet this person online. So it's about, well, maybe you need to put yourself out there and create a dating profile, one that reflects who you are honestly. And, you know, you're not afraid, that authenticity message of that crystal comes in. Like, don't be afraid to show who you actually are, because it will weed out the people that aren't into that, you know. You want someone who's into who you are authentically. Six of Wands, putting yourself out there. But this person's also overcome something here, because this, like, it's like this person has won a prize, even though they have a limitation. So it's like, don't let your limitations, perceived maybe limitations, hold you back. Be confident, go ahead, you know. Don't be afraid to let someone know how you feel if there's someone on your radar. It's like, let it be known, let yourself be seen. And it could also be a literal glow up, like this health regime, the things you're doing start to show and it shines, and it's like, you know, you start to really like send that beacon out, and people are noticing you. So do things that maybe help you shine. Another factor here underneath the Devil was the Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups. And so some of you, it might be about holding on to a situation that's no longer serving you, something that maybe makes you quite sad. It could also be just pain from the past and needing an energetic clearing, maybe even some counseling or something, if that resonates with you, to overcome some of the pains of the past, because we're still holding on very tightly. And with that Four of Pentacles, there is a sense of having a blocked heart space based in grief. But there's two beautiful cups standing right behind. So maybe it's also that you've come out of, like, that might be a block, is you still coming out of a breakup. Maybe some of you might be coming out of and healing from something. So don't dwell too long, you know, open your heart again. Give yourself a chance to turn away and face another direction where you will see that there's actually a beautiful Two of Cups waiting for you. So the next area is, who are they? Now I've got some archetype cards to show who they are. What else have I got here? That's kind of the little bond between you. I'll leave that for there. And maybe this one as well. Okay, so who they are. First of all, they are a hermit energy. And when I saw this, I immediately thought they feel like an artist. And then, kid you not, the artist card came out. Great confirmation on that. The other card is a loyal heart. This person is a loyal heart. I'll read that for you soon, but just mentioning that this person that you meet is someone who's going to be faithful and committed. So if you've experienced, you know, betrayal in the past, lies, deceit, you're not going to have that from this person. So with the Hermit, we have seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity, definitely artist vibes. This person just sort of does their own thing. Maybe they have friends and have a social life, but they are definitely someone who's happy on their own, creating and just doing what they feel is right. They've got this I get a bit of an eccentric vibe, you know, and this character here could have some attributes, like there's like a darkness there, but it's not like a darkness in the soul or the heart or the mind, but more of just like the way they might represent or show up could like have that edginess to them. We have the artist. I'll also mention the shadow attribute because it's worth seeing, and I didn't ask for just light, I just asked for archetypes in general. So the shadow attribute is withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgment from others, refusing to help those in need. So they could be someone who does need time to recuperate, and just maybe they're a bit different. They're an artist, like they don't quite fit in society all the time in every sense. Like that maybe they're a unique person. So the artist here, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. This person definitely sees life differently. And then the shadow is using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as a starving artist to elicit pity. I mean, I don't get the shadow vibe. I don't feel that this person embodies the shadow. I really do feel like they are a little bit of a hermit that creates amazing things in their alone time. They could be a musician. They could be any type of artist at all. So who are they in the tarot? We have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. We also have the Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups. So first of all, this person, they may be a little younger than you. I do feel that in a sense. But also this is someone who is at the beginning of something in their life. Page of Pentacles is a new journey. Maybe they're just starting a new project at the time you're meeting them, or they've clearly got a lot left they want to do in life. Like this is not someone who's retiring, that's for sure. We have the Eight of Wands here as well. They could be a traveler. They could be someone from overseas. That is clear here for many of you. This person is from a different country. Or they love to travel, or that they travel for work. The Page of Pentacles can also be a bit of an artist energy as well, like sculpture art or something like that I'm getting, you know, like something they create that's physical. I mean, all art is physical, I guess, in a sense. Music might be different. Anyway, this is definitely someone who is quite, I think, practical, and they're very focused on what's in front of them, like their projects and things like that. Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups came out as well. This person could be going through something, or have recently come out of a breakup or an ending, like maybe to do with work or something as well. They've definitely come out of something so that might also be why they come across as a bit of a hermit as well. Maybe there's a mirror there, but there's definitely this healing from past pain and wanting to just like let that go and have a new beginning, but they're still in the process of releasing that. For those of you that this is like a connection you're already in and you're looking at new love coming towards the connection, then it can definitely show that this person wants to give things another go after having a breakup with you and wanting to like just push things forward and get things rolling in the right direction. If that is for those that are, you know, you're already in this connection and it's not actually new coming in. So when will you meet them? I used my timing deck for this one. So this doesn't have to be, especially those that already met them. This can also be about the timing of a significant shift or a significant milestone in the relationship. And you have morning and winter. So winter will be for the time that you are in. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it'll be that time of year. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it'll be that winter, depending on where you are. But morning time is going to be significant. So you may meet them on a cold winter's morning. Maybe you meet them for a coffee. Maybe it's, maybe it's in a snow holiday, but the months of winter are significant. I didn't want to go too far into that because I do feel like, that was enough, you know, and we don't want to, especially in a general reading, like it can be very different for everyone, but that gives us at least a sense. So it might be meeting them for a morning coffee on a winter's morning. So when you'll meet them, where you'll meet them. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and I did mention work. So some of you, this is about work. You will meet them at a place of employment. yours or theirs. We have strength here as well, and seeing that she's like a ballerina doing her stretches, some of you might meet at like a dance academy or at the gym or somewhere where it takes a lot of strength to work at something, to build something. Maybe it's like a pottery class, a creative class, maybe they're an art teacher, you know. The Eight of Pentacles, and sorry, we also have the Queen of Pentacles. So you meet them in an abundant space, probably a space of business. It might also be a space of luxury or a space of like professional development. So these could all be really strong factors as to where you meet them. Also, yeah, no, leave that. Okay. Where you'll meet them, your first impression of them, Knight of Wands, so immediately attracted, which is interesting because you've actually got like a passion at first sight card we'll get to in a moment. Hopefully you can hear me well because the rain is really bucketing down today. It's a pretty rainy out there. But yeah, Knight of Wands, your first impression of them is that of like excitement. You're wanting to run towards them, you feel passion. But then we have the Hanged One and the Four of Swords. It's like you don't fully know how to take them at first. I feel like this person like maybe also makes you look at things, like they give you a shift in perspective when you first meet them. Like they like at first I don't think it's obvious. I don't think either of you make it obvious that you're actually more interested in the other at the time, but like those feelings, because you both need to like think about it a little, like meet and then go away and think and process and let like see like what those feelings and stuff come up after meeting. And you're going to be like taking your time with that. It could also be that this person is like, maybe they're at a long distance, so it's like you want to come towards them but you can't. Or it could also be that you just, you need that bit of time afterwards to reflect because you're not entirely sure and you'll be thinking of them a bit. And also for some of you, it might be that this person really differs from your normal type. So that's also the shift in perspective we can see with the Hanged One, where you are like, at first there's a passion there, but you're like, hang on a minute, this isn't my type of person. But you start to open your mind to that. Like maybe that is the type of person I need. Like maybe I've always gone for this type and maybe I need to open my mind to something a little different. But you're not in a hurry with that though. Four of Swords is like you're taking your time to consider if that's right for you. But the passion is there. There's definitely an instant attraction. The bond you share. So we have the Four of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So Four of Cups initially, the bond you share, it's like one of you, and both of you, I think, take your time and don't fully acknowledge, even though the passion is there, I feel like you don't fully acknowledge. So if you meet in like, it's not actually you've met online and you've organized a coffee, that's kind of telling that there was obviously going to be some level of interest and potential here. But if you've met them in more of a professional setting, then no one's going to know that someone's interested, right? Until someone actually says something. So initially, the bond could be that of like someone's a little bit closed or not quite seeing the potential. But then the Nine of Cups, Page of Wands, it's like something like there's a very paper thin wall between you at the start, and then something like just a drop of emotion will wreck that paper, you know. And the bond between you is that of like, yes, you know, yes, I want this person, I want this connection, this makes me feel so excited and free, and it's so fun and it's creative and it's expressive, and like there's so much potential and possibility. And the Page of Wands is such a free-spirited energy, so it actually feels really, really nice. It feels like you want this, you know. The bond between you is that of friendship, creativity, fun, expression, and desire. Wish fulfillment. It feels like there's a wish come true. So your potential future for the connection is the Two of Swords, the Hermit, the Six of Cups. Two of Swords, so it's like when I saw the Two of Swords immediately, it's like this is a connection that's more about following your instincts and how you feel, and less about idealizing or projecting an expectation or a hope onto the connection. Yeah, there might be some feelings of hope, but this is more about just going with how you feel on the inside and this magnetism. You will feel like you've known each other in a past life and there's something you need to learn together spiritually. That is strong, but you don't know what it is. There's a lot about this connection that's got mystery and a draw to it that you just feel you need to go and find out. There will be times of distance between you both, and especially if it is literally a long distance connection or someone travels, things like that, or just the fact that this person is an actual hermit and they need their creative time alone. They need that. Maybe you need that too. Maybe that suits you to have a balance in when you see each other, how often, and that sort of thing. But the potential of the future is, it may take a while for it to get off the ground, but when it does, it feels so good, you know. It's like similar to the Four of Cups with the bond between you. Like at first it's not fully, like the passion is there, at least on one side, and it might take the other person a little longer to notice it or realize it. Could be you, could be them. But once you do realize it, it is like really, like, this feels great. It feels great. So it could also be that this is like a person you haven't seen in years and you never thought of them as a partner, but one day you catch up again and it's like, why have we never, you know, because the timing wasn't there. You had to go through life stuff before you're ready for each other. So advice for you in this connection, you have the Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess, and Justice. So take it easy, take it slowly. I would recommend with this connection, I don't know if I need to say this or not, but probably not be looking at or talking to or dating other people at the same time. You know, sometimes if it's a new connection, you're not sure, you might think, oh, I could go on this date, it's harmless. I feel like this is the type of connection that kind of just needs your full focus. Even not all your focus, obviously pay attention to your own life and be balanced, but like, I would say keep the slate clear, you know, don't muddy the waters with other connections. Just take it nice and easy, take it slowly, and discover if it's right for you. If it's not, move on. But just like don't confuse yourself or overwhelm yourself or rush anything. The High Priestess is again that spiritual draw that you feel towards each other. Trust your intuition on this connection. This is also a message, because this is a general. Some of these people connecting to this is like, some people I can see like this is actually a connection that could has a lot of potential, can stand the test of time, and you will grow a lot through. Others are connecting to this reading, you will get to know this person and maybe come to realize that it's not actually the right person for you. You may teach each other a thing or two, realize what it is that your values are a little deeper, but it may not eventuate. I can't give you the answer on that, and it makes sense when it comes to the section where it says the bond between you has the Two of Swords. It's like, it's not a connection where you're going to know, you know, it's a connection where you're going to be drawn to find out though. And a 2222 at the time of recording that you can't see, but I can. So there is a strong potential of divine partnership here, but authenticity is important. Justice is here, and it's also to say to be honest. Be very honest about what you discover and how you feel and what your needs are. And if it means that you decide that this isn't right for you, then off you go. Stand by your truth. That's the message about advice for you. It's like, truly stay open-minded, take it nice and slow, be very honest, don't be afraid as well of what he thinks of you. Maybe this is a masculine, because the crystal was saying it is supportive of people who have worries about what other people think of them. You know, this is about authenticity and like truly from the spirit of who you are. Don't be afraid to speak your truth with them. So we have some cards that show who they are as well. I should have held it up then, but that's all good. And so this is just like the dynamic between the connections. So first you have openness, emotional vulnerability, acknowledging emotions, and taking risks in love. So this could be your energy, but I did intentionally pull these cards to look at what they bring to the table. So they do bring openness. They have natural, seems effortless, things unfolding naturally in sync with each other. So it definitely looks like the pace of things suits you both. The need to like pull back a little, consider, and then magnetize together again. You have at first sight, a strong initial attraction, instant feelings of love, intense desire to know more, that is for sure. You have faithfulness, no other like you, getting rid of distractions, you're always on their mind. So that message I said before could have actually been for someone, for them as well. Like I didn't actually read the bottom. I just took the cards and get on with it, and let it come through in the actual reading. But there was that message of like making sure there's no other distraction. So if you have had someone in the background, it might be a matter of clearing them out, or it could be the other side where they have options but they're not really interested, and once they meet you, it's like, okay, they really clear the slate for you. So that's the thing. We have 2 love oracles. One is romance with Cupid's arrow strikes. And we also have the past is behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. And we see that in this reading here. One or both of you have definitely gone through a bit of pain in past relationships, and it may make you a little apprehensive to move forward, but definitely stay open and see what this connection has to offer you. And then we have loyal heart to finish off your reading. And I'm wondering, should I do a pendulum? I probably should. You might have a question, so let's have a look at that as well. So the relationship message is your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. I love that. Okay, so pause if you need more time. It was a little abrupt to decide to add the pendulum in, but I'm sure you've got a question for it. So let's have a look. Can we see group 1's yes? Lovely. Can I see their no? Whoa. Felt like my hand moved it then. There we go. Okay, that's more natural. And can I have the answer that group 1's question? It's a yes. Yep. Okay, the answer for your question was a yes, and hopefully that was supportive and gave you the information you needed. So group 1, that's what I have for you in this new love reading, new love coming in. I wish you all the best with this connection, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Take care. Hey group 2, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the pink agate slice, then this is going to be your reading. So the little crystal picker did give a message with this one. For those of you that are new here, it is my young son who chooses the crystals or the items and then build the reading off of that. And sometimes he will impart a little message with the crystal. And today group 2 got a message of happy face. So it tells me, and he's always so right. Like I remember not long ago, he told a group scammers. And so even I got scammed that week, you know, like so many people commented that like, yeah, scammers were amongst them. So yeah, he's a very connected little guy, and happy face. So this tells me that this connection is actually going to bring you a lot of happiness. And I see this crystal as a beautiful butterfly wing. So it's also going to bring you a lot of transformation. The agate slice itself is a stone of supporting transformation from a negative state into something more positive and cleansing and clearing negativity. So this is a connection that's going to bring you happiness, healing, and happiness, healing, and happiness, healing, and transformation. So, all right, where do we start? I'll start by explaining to you how this spread is going to work. I've written a few things we want to look at here with new love coming in. So, first of all, this is for people that are either single or in a situationship, but they were still looking for something real to come towards them. Now some people watching this reading may be already in this connection, and it could be about new love that's coming into the connection, like a new cycle you'll share with this person, but it is predominantly intended for new love coming in. So take it how it resonates. Anyway, what we're going to be looking at is, first of all, any blocks that might be there to welcoming in new love, how to overcome those blocks, who this person is, when you will meet them, where you will meet them, your first impression of them, the bond that you share, your future potential of the connection, and guidance and advice for you. And there are some oracle cards to support this as well. So, and also we'll do a little pendulum question at the end. So if you'd like to think about what that question will be, we'll draw that at the end as well. So some of the signs here is Aries, Libra, Cancer, Taurus. Those are the main signs here, so that could be significant for this person or some of the traits that they have. But let's first start with any blocks that may be preventing new love from coming in. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Three of Swords. So for some of you, it's just a matter of needing a bit of time on your own to find yourself right now. Like maybe you've already been through a lot of heartache with the Three of Swords being here. Maybe you've for some of you, it'll be that you've maybe been chronically single for a long time and have your guard up, and maybe that's a factor. But I do think for a lot of you, it's like you're actually needing this single time, this time to build up who you are. You know, the things you do between now and when you meet this person will be quite important, because it'll have an impact on the magnetism of the connection. So building yourself up. Maybe you are also seeking to build your business and create a lot of success for yourself, and all of those things might be a priority before this relationship can come in, or before you maybe even wanting it to come in. But the Nine of Pentacles is self-sufficiency, independence, and having a lot of abundance in your life. So I know that's in the area of block, but I feel like it's because this is what's needed. So the King of Swords, the Three of Swords, some of you, it may be that you're actually in a connection that's with someone who's quite unkind to you, and you're needing to, break free from that and find yourself again and heal your heart. Some of you, your guard might be up because of betrayals, not wanting to get hurt again. Those sorts of things can be blocks to love. Also, maybe you've got another person around you, and that because third party situation, too many people in the mix. If you haven't got that space for a new person to come in because there's already old people around still, then that might be a block for love for you as well. So how to overcome this block? Well, Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords, first of all. Isn't that interesting? To walk away from what doesn't serve you. To really put an end to things in situations that might be lingering in your energy field, in your heart, your mind, or even physically still showing up at your door. This is what will support you. But also, it doesn't have to be about relationships. It can be anything. It can be putting an end to, goodness, so many different things. It could be like a lifestyle that you're living. It could be like a current career that you're in. Maybe you work for someone and you want to build yourself a career, and it's about building up who that person is, coming away from things that don't work for you and letting yourself have a new life, because that new life is going to be where you meet this person. And then we also have the Knight of Cups, which is romance, fun, dreaminess, being open to the idea that love is real and it can happen for you, and that it's not always going to end up in betrayal and heartache if you've got your guard up around that. To believe in romance again, to actually really believe in it, is definitely going to help unblock that. And just to fall in love with life again, to be romantic with yourself, to realize what it is to experience romance, like the caress of the wind against your skin, seriously, every little part of your life, and where you can find romance. It doesn't have to come from the connection of a lover. It comes from all around us and the way we perceive and experience our reality. So I think that's a big factor as well, is coming into this. It's such a beautiful image, the butterflies, the transformation. Horses may be significant to you or this connection. I do feel that there's a lot of horses in this tarot. And it just did stand out. I've often used this tarot and never really thought horses. So horses might be significant for you. Maybe one of you likes equestrian sports or something like that. Horse racing anyway. Okay. So how to overcome and who they are. Okay, interesting. Who they are. So first we have the mentor. This person very well could be a teacher, a mentor. We also have Aries energy of the Emperor here as well. See, Emperor and mentor, it really shows that this person has got a lot of experience under their belt. They may be older than you. It could just be that they're more experienced at things, but this person maybe runs their own business. They could be a parent, like a mentor. They're really, really good dad, that type of thing. Even if they're not an actual biological dad, they could take, young people or under their wing and support them. They're a role model to their community, to the people they're around. So the light attribute is passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. The shadow attribute is the inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. I really don't think it's the shadow attribute of this person. Just picking up on their energy in this entire reading, it's not who they are. Interestingly, again, you've actually also got yang energy in who they are. I feel like that's who they are, although this is also a message, a love message from the wisdom of the oracle. I've gone with relationship, of course, but to me this shows someone who's quite proactive. But yang, it's a very masculine energy, but there's another message to this that's for you, so I'm going to leave that aside now for you in a moment. But we're now looking at them. I do think that it does represent who they are. Like they may be an actual fire sign Aries, but it just shows that they're assertive, they're a go-getter. They take action when they believe in something. They are a mentor, a guide. They've got a lot of maturity and wisdom. They've probably got a lot of financial success as well. We have the two of, my thing keeps moving because my cord is, I'm wearing a dress and it makes the cord a little shorter for the microphone. Anyway, it like pulls on it. So we have the Two of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So this person, when you meet them as well, they might be going through significant change, or you can see that this person, for some of you, this person had already maybe like a marriage and a family and children, and that may have broken down, but they're still a very present father and their life has taken a different direction. So it's like with the crossroads energy, this person's definitely, had to go through big changes in their life, but they've definitely maintained their success. The Ten of Pentacles shows that this person is financially well off, or they've really built a successful business. They have a lot of not just finance, but wisdom and really good qualities, values to pass on to their children. If they don't have children, then it's likely that children with you, they can pass these values on to. They are someone who passes on values, and it's based on their experience as well. It's like there's a real genuineness to them. Like they are smart, but they're also wise, So when are you going to meet them? We have, you might not like it, but these are the timing cards we have. Going to take a while and way off in the future. To get two cards from the timing deck like that is okay then. So it's going to be a bit, but that's okay, because the way you are right now in the block is that need to be on your own, that need to build something for yourself. And, with the mentor energy, it could be like, a small example is like maybe you're working a particular job, maybe you're working in a bar or at a law firm or somewhere, right? And you decide you want to break free and do something else. This person could end up being your mentor in the pursuit of this dream of independence and building your own business. It's just a small example. They could be your mentor. And it's not until you actually go to build that life for yourself that you get to meet them off in the future. So yeah, it is going to take a while. That's kind of all it says for that. And obviously, like, private readings can give more of an indication, because it's a general, it's a bit trickier with timing. But I think it is definitely something that's not coming in anytime soon, but I do think that really serves you anyway. You'll be glad that you had this time for whatever reason. You'll be glad. Maybe not at the time, and you may really desire them to come in, but looking back, you'll think, yeah, that actually makes sense. I needed that time. I needed these things to happen. I needed to learn these lessons. I needed to heal a little more, or, soften, or whatever it is that's needed in that timing. So when you'll meet them, where you will meet them, you have the Chariot, the Justice card, and the Six of Swords. Interesting Justice there, and I said something about a law firm. Some of you may meet in the court situation, or to do with legal stuff, like that they could be, it could be in that sector. For others of you, we've got two travel cards here. You could meet them on a holiday or somewhere that you've traveled to. It's definitely a very open message for this one. Horses, again, could be somewhere where you meet them with horses are around. We have two seasons here as well, which makes me think that where it could also be like the change of a season is happening, like from going from winter into spring. But I don't think it's that so much timing. I think it's to say, like, if you travel, it could be that you travel to the opposite hemisphere, where you're in the southern hemisphere experiencing winter, and you go to the northern hemisphere and it's suddenly summer. that type of thing. So travel overseas is highly indicated here. You'll meet them likely in that sort of thing, on a trip, or it's something to do with transport. Maybe it's like to do a car dealership. You're buying a car and they happen to be the salesman or the owner of the dealership, or you never really can pick that entirely in a general either, but it is on the go when things are moving forward. So another factor where you might meet them is where you are in a position, like if they were your mentor, say, it's because you've decided to take charge of your life and take it in a certain direction and build more confidence. And also with the Justice card, it makes me think of like karma. So it's like you can just trust that you will be brought together because it's meant to happen. It's like karmic destiny. Karma isn't always a negative thing. Where you will meet them, your first impression of them. So wow, definitely big attraction between you both. Your first impression of them, but I think this is also them about you as well. You feel like you have known this person before. You may get really strong memories or just feelings that there is a spiritual significance to this connection. The sexual attraction is huge as well. They are so attracted to you and you are so attracted to them. And with the yang energy as well, it's like, yeah, this may happen quickly. When it does happen, it's like they make it known, or you make it known, whoever acts first. And see, like in the previous reading, that was definitely the opposite energy of the approach. Like it was a lot slower, whereas this one is more like really, your first impression of them is like a passion to run towards them. Also shows like leadership qualities, excitement, fun. This person isn't stuffy. They're actually really like inspiring and attractive. They may be a little unpredictable in a sense. There's like a wildness to them, but they're balanced and still have stability and have managed to build something great for themselves, regardless of that sense. For some of you might come across like they're a bit of an F-boy, like the Knight of Wands can be that guy. You might feel at first that you're not sure, you can't trust them. You might feel like that, but the attraction is there and the sense of remembrance is there. You may feel like they're an inconsistent person initially. That could be it as well. Or like they're just really spontaneous, or what's the word, where you are not spontaneous, impulsive. So you could get that impression of them as well at first, but that's only your first impression. It's important, but obviously we build more of an idea of who people are over time. So your first impression, the bond you share, we have the Empress. Because the Emperor is in the reading, the bond you share might be that with children. You may already have children, if that is if you're connecting to this and pulling messages from it with a connection that's already here. But definitely to do with children and abundance. The connection you share creates a lot of abundance. You have the Ace of Swords, a lot of clarity, a meeting of the minds, being on the same page, lots of open communication and understanding, sharing ideas, sharing wisdom. The Eight of Pentacles, you respect each other's work, you help each other with each other's work, you share ideas for work and how to build more abundance. I really get like financial, like business building, like this person will help you with your business or build your business. That is for sure. This person helps you soften into your feminine energy. If you are feminine, I'm definitely, well, the Emperor is who they are, and it's highly likely most people connecting to this, you're a woman and this is about a masculine, but take what resonates. If that doesn't, it could also be that they have that energy anyway, because as you all know, I'm sure we have both. Again, the horse and the stable and the horseshoe, I feel like they bring a lot of luck and you bring a lot of luck to each other, especially in the area of work and abundance, fertility and creation. So the potential future of the connection to collaborate and work together, that's first and foremost. Seven of Cups, endless potential. There's so many things that you could do with this connection. It has a lot of potential. Now the Seven of Cups is always the warning that not everything in the cups are going to be good. So it does show that this connection can really go either way, and it depends on how you approach it and how you conduct yourselves. it could be driven straight into the ground if people act possessive and you know, insecure, if that's a factor. But I feel like if that is a factor, it's something that can be saved quickly, because it just shows that it can go either way. So if some of you have wounds, maybe that's part of this energy up here as well, of what's blocking the connection, and like the past wounds and, you know, things that don't really support a new connection with faith, you know, and hope and optimism. So just do be mindful that the future potential is that there could be things sparked up, but it depends on how you conduct yourself, basically. Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, it's like, again, if there's a lot of coins in this bag. This person might help you with saving, they might help you with financial planning, they might help you with your career, but this person has a lot of finance and ways to support you. There will be collaboration and multiple collaborations. This Seven of Cups is also like all the different things you could do together, and a lot of it is around finance or just like building success. Guidance for you in this connection, it's actually really sweet with the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Just enjoy this beautiful connection, believe in it, have faith, let it fill your cup with love and pour that all over them. You know, this is an energy of sharing a home space together as well, so it might be that you do move in together and build a family. This is definitely like a long-term happy ever after connection. This is the type of connection that really can, like, you will likely get married. If not married, that might be different. Like, you, with the Four of Wands, this can be a spiritual marriage. So if some of you are not that traditional, then it could be that you just honor each other in a way of how you show up. You know, you have what's unique for your connection and how you show commitment. But this is definitely a very strong committed connection, very spiritual connection, and yeah, lots of desire and passion here as well. So enjoy that. Let there be life. Something about the Ace of Wands makes me think like it's like a flame. You don't want to smother it. Like, let it live, let it be. Like, you don't put a bird in a cage to admire its beauty, or you'll never get to see its true flight, that sort of thing. So like, let each other be individual and who you are. Let that passion live. Celebrate each other, wish upon a star, drop your guard. So I want to hold these up. I should have done it at the start, but these are for you. These are love cards, and I feel like they're more for you in this present time rather than in the relationship, but take how it resonates. So first you have, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So if it is that you are on your own and you are wishing for companionship, it is about finding joy now and trusting that you do deserve that and more joy that is to come. You have power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time, especially if you are in a more unhealthy binded connection at this time of the reading. Or if it does apply to this as well, this is a very powerful person. I can see that. They can have a strong influence over you, although I'm not getting that they have a negative influence on you. If you feel that you want to walk away from this, you absolutely can, but I kind of feel like it's more about where you are now. So more about who they are. These are love messages about how they will show up. First, they have trust. They trust your actions. They feel they can depend on you. They don't doubt your intentions. This is intimacy, emotional closeness, deep mutual connection, feeling secure and loved. Like, both of these are beautiful images of like a loving kiss, you know. There's lots of love and passion. Enthusiasm, and with the yang energy as well here. They feel butterflies, excited to be with you, tells everyone about you. I just heard, look at my new girlfriend. Like, they're showing a picture. Same page, wanting the same thing in love, very compatible, same understanding, and with a ring here, so it's like, it doesn't have to mean marriage if that's not what you're interested in, but it does show that you're on the same page. Whatever you want, they want as well. So now the yang message, and then we'll do the pendulum. So the yang message: circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement towards your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Okay, and the pendulum. So, trying to get that to pull again. All right, so can I have the yes for group 2, please? What is the yes going to be? Thank you. And then the no. Amazing. Okay, and then the answer for group 2's question. It is a no. It looked like it was kind of wanting to go in a circle, but it was, yeah, it was cleaning up into that no vibe. So hopefully that was a supportive answer for you with this, with your question. And that's what I have for you. Keep moving my camera, I'm sorry. That's what I have for you in this reading, group 2. Hopefully it's been comforting, giving you clarity, support, guidance, whatever you've been looking for. And if you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box. And otherwise, I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Hey, group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the beautiful and delicious looking strawberry quartz, and this one is for you. It looks like a yummy jam. I love this crystal. The lighting's not the best because it is a rainy day today. You can probably hear the rain outside. But it looks like amazing jam. I just want to eat it. Okay, so strawberry quartz is a powerful love vibrational crystal. It helps us when we are moving through change and transition and any stress in relation to change. It puts sweetness back into the situation when there's fear or concerns. So as the title suggests, this reading is about new love. Some people connecting to this reading will be connecting already in a connection, and it could talk about a new cycle of love for that connection, but it is intended for new love coming in. So I have a spread here. I will go through the different things we're going to be looking at. First of all, the signs in this reading are Leo quite strongly, and Scorpio. And you could say Taurus and Aquarius as well. So the fixed signs, basically, this could be a very strong character, could represent that, like a very fixed person, very, very strong character. But it doesn't matter if it's another sign. It could just be, archetypes. So let's have a look at this spread here. First, we're going to be looking at any blocks that are there for welcoming in new love, and then how to overcome those blocks. We're going to be looking at who this person is, when you will meet them, where you will meet them, your first impression of them, the bond that is between you both, the future potential of the connection, and any guidance and advice for you. And we have some oracle cards and also a pendulum as well. My light just turned blue. Okay, that's interesting. And now it changed light again. Okay. It's a color changing light. I think maybe my partner's playing with the app. Anyway, so let's jump in with the first part, I guess. Any blocks welcoming in new love for you at this time. We have the 4 of Swords, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Sorry, the lighting isn't the best today, but we make do. I prefer natural lighting to anything else. Anyway, so potential blocks, 4 of Swords. You're needing a bit of time out right now by the looks of this. For some of you, you've perhaps been alone for some time. And the 10 of Wands, some of you could be like single parents, or, just really limited energy, time and resources to be in the position to even welcome someone in right now. It's like life just hasn't really given you that in circumstance, the environment at this time. So for some of you, it's just a matter of timing. For others of you, it's a matter of just like building up your support network. Maybe you are very much isolated and on your own and doing so much. You carry a lot of responsibility, and it really, with the Ace of the Five of Pentacles, it is the energy of limited resources. Some of you might have been under the weather as well. Being unwell can be a big block, as of course, to any abundance and things coming in, because we're focused on healing or just trying to manage. Four of Swords, there's still healing to be done. For some of you, there could be some abandonment wounds stemming from childhood or even past life stuff that does need to be cleared. You're still carrying these things. I don't want to leave the message there that you must be perfectly healed before you can have love, because that's just not true. But timing is such a massive factor in this. But there are always things we can do for readiness and healing to be more open and receptive to love when the time comes, and when, you know, they do come in, to have the space for them, the openness. But yeah, the block could be many things represented in these cards. But I think for the most part, it's like, do you even have the capacity at this stage? I don't know. It does look like things are a bit of a struggle. It could also be like financial strain as well, just not having the opportunity financially to, you know, feel, you know, ready enough to date. Like sometimes that like low financial stability can make us feel insecure or limit our opportunities. So there's lots of things here. But what could help with this challenge, regardless of what one it is, the block, we have the Six of Wands, the Magician, and the Nine of Wands. Cool to see the Nine of Wands after the Ten of Wands, because the Ten of Wands is like, things are too heavy. You've got too much responsibility. You're carrying things you shouldn't be carrying. You know, a lot of the things, like obviously there's some responsibilities aren't going to go away, but there's some things that you just don't need. So with the Nine of Wands, this is the energy before that where we still have perseverance. You know, you feel like you haven't got what it takes, but you actually do. So maybe in here you've got limited thinking. You know, you may feel like you don't have, it could be to do with how you feel about yourself as well. Like maybe you feel like you don't have much to offer, or you're not pretty enough, or you're not fit enough, or, you know, you haven't got enough something, you know. That could very well be a factor. So shifting your mindset could be one as well, but giving yourself what's required to shift that. So if it's feeling like you're not strong enough, or, you know, maybe it's about, the Nine of Wands is about like finding what's needed to give that last push over the line. So maybe it's about reviewing your diet intake to give you food that gives you energy, or having a good exercise routine that makes you feel good about yourself, or, you know, it could be so many things. But the Nine of Wands is that perseverance that gets us where we want to be when we think we haven't actually got what it takes, but something, just that last little push of faith, you know. The Magician, the Six of Wands, believe in yourself, put yourself out there, you know, that sort of thing. Don't be afraid to be seen. Don't be afraid. Believe in who you are. If you don't feel confident about the way you appear, then what can you do to make yourself become more attractive in that sense? And it's not about there's unnatural beauty standards. It's more about how you feel about yourself, because it shows on your face, it shows in your eyes. If you're on online data, then it will show in the photos. You can really see someone's pain in their eyes, even if they're in a setting with their friends. Like, you can see it. So being in a good place and feeling confident about yourself has a massive impact on the way people receive you, if that's a factor. Magician, use the resources you have. The Five of Pentacles shows limited resource. Magician's telling me that's not true. You know, you've actually, and it could be that maybe you don't have the resources, but you know what it takes to find them. So this is about getting yourself into a better place. I kind of want to go back now and just read a little message that might come through for those that are you're already in a connection with someone, and this is like how to heal the connection, like new love that could come in. And so that could be about like getting couples counseling, or, you know, utilizing resources, because you may feel like it's lost and there's no hope, and carrying too much pain from the past, needing forgiveness, needing openness, needing acceptance, needing to cut someone some slack, maybe to see that they're a person on their journey too, learning lessons alongside you. And you know, people, when they grow together for a long time, you're going to face all the versions of that person and all of the skins they shed and the new people they become, for better or worse, and to support that journey. But I don't want to stay there too long, because this is for new love, but it does feel like some people connecting to this reading, you're already with this person, and it's more about new love coming in. But get the help that's required. You lean into your resources and realize that if for those that are really in a long-standing relationship, it's not over. Like, you've actually got what it takes to bring this into a better place. For those, but let's stay out of that message for the moment and now come into who they are. So I have some archetype cards and some tarot for who they are. Okay, first of all, we have two child cards. One is the wounded child and one is the orphan. So this person may have some wounds, some baggage from their childhood. They may have been abandoned. It could be reflective as well. And actually, coming back to blocks in welcoming new love, this could be them. Like, if when it comes to, relationships already standing, it could be that their wounding, gets in the way. It could be their wounding and needing to get some help and think about things a little differently. Some more meditation around healing and what they need to carry, what they need to let go of. Both of you together even. But anyway, I keep getting dragged back into that, because there's clearly people watching that are already in this connection and looking at new love cycle for you. But yeah, I'd like to stay with the new love in general. So the light attributes: awaken compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path for forgiveness. And this connection, even still, even if this isn't a long-standing connection, this is going to be a connection that has wounds, that you may mirror each other's wounds, you may trigger each other's wounds. It's not going to be like sunshine, lollipops, the most amazing, always happy ever after, skip off into the sunset sort of connection. It's just not that. It's a realistic connection. This is a real connection that offers a lot of potential for growth, but growth doesn't come easy. It's through being triggered. It's through facing our wounds, through facing our shadow. And I think that's a possibility in this connection. So it opens the learning in the path of forgiveness. So that's for both of you as well. Maybe they, really triggered that in you, that your ability to let go and forgive. The orphan child: independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of survival. The shadow attributes: feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families for the wounded orphan. For the child orphan, but the child wounded blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. Forgiveness is a big theme in this reading. I can see that here. You've even got the forgiveness card in the Love Oracle. I'll hold up now, obviously. Forgiveness: stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So with this is an interesting general, because it's all of you will be in different dynamics, but of the same thing, right? Some of you will be very conscious and self-aware of these patterns and work together to support each other to move through them and really heal. Others of you may be stuck in dysfunctional patterns with this connection, and like it says here, it is a waste of energy to be focusing on that, and life is precious. And maybe there is resistance and like it says, blaming it, my mother, that sort of thing. And fair enough, parents have a massive impact on us, but at the end of the day, we know what we're choosing, and there are resources available for us to choose differently and to heal. Such as these readings, they can be very helpful with those as well. There may be some wounding, but like I said, it could really be like a good thing. Like, this person's used their negative experiences to actually help other people. We have the student as well. So this person may be a student, or it just also shows their willingness to learn. So it makes me lean more into, maybe they've had a lot of dysfunction in their connections, or if this is long-standing, maybe you have had that together, but there is this openness to learn new things. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. It says here, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So, you be the judge when it comes to this connection. If it is, somebody who's acting from wounding and not really able to see it or make that change that's necessary to have a healthy relationship and to heal together. Okay. where I'm up to. Who they are still. So we also have the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. It shows more student energy, definitely. Like this is an artist energy with the pottery and the painting and even the magic here. Like this is somebody who is learning new things. They're self-developing. They're somebody who likes to work with other people. They like a learning classroom environment, perhaps. This is someone who's quite devoted to their work. They're young in their work. They're young on their journey. But they are definitely quite focused, and there's a lot of potential here. I feel like most people connect. It's actually hard to say. Part of me wants to say, like, I feel like most people connecting, yeah, they've got their wounds, but they're dealing with it. But then there are some people that just don't, you know, and aren't, and want to, you know, the conversations are there, but like it says here, like the action isn't, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So it's really hard to call on this particular read, but I do see someone who definitely wants to work together with people, with yourself. They're a supportive team player. They like self-development. They like to learn new things. They love their work, potentially. They're learning a lot. Maybe they're building their career still as students. They're getting better at their craft. And the Knight of Wands is like passion. It can also be inconsistency in their energy, hot and cold, off and on energy. That could be the case. But the Knight of Wands is also, passionate, exciting, fun, adventurous, you know, spontaneous, impulsive sometimes. Okay, so when will you meet them? And we have timing cards for this, and it says January in the new year. So I don't know if that's January or literally next year, sometime next year. And it says worth waiting for. So it tells me that this connection, regardless of its challenges you will face, it's worth waiting for. It's likely that you may have children together, or, you know, birth and create something quite beautiful with these eggs. There's like a promise here. A promise of new life and fertility, things like that, whether it's children you want or other. So that's when you will meet them, where you will meet them. King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. In a social setting is highly likely. They could be your neighbor with the fence here. It could be at a family gathering. It could be at a birthday party. But this definitely shows celebrations, coming together, sharing meals. So it's likely that you will meet them in a family setting. Or it could be their place of business as well, if they have where they work, with the King of Pentacles being there, you know, that sort of thing could definitely be there, or through one of their family members, or through a mutual friend, which is like a friend invites you to the party, and then, yeah, you meet them. Your first impression of them, we have and interestingly, we've got this setting as well. So you clearly do meet them in a social setting, like a dinner party or a gathering, a barbecue or something like this, because it just seems so obvious, because your first impression where you meet them are kind of the same thing, right? But your first impression is that they are someone who is strong, someone who is optimistic, regardless of things they may have been through. If you have a bit of history, or you know a bit about them already somehow, like your friend might, you know, tell you something, I don't know. But they shine bright. You know, first impression is that they are a really happy person. So maybe their wounds are quite hidden, and that's quite often, like, some people mask it with humor, and they might be one of those people that's just really funny, and they light up the room with their jokes and their laughter. This is somebody who also, maybe they're a parent with the father here with the children painting, or they're good with people, they're good with their family, they're connected, they're people. If it's not family, it's like friends that feel like family, like they have a community they belong to. They have a lot of love and understanding. And like, now that I'm connecting to this energy, I'm getting someone who's really matured out of that wounded space. Like someone who's actually built a lot of emotional maturity based on this dynamics of the past. So the bond between you both. Okay, I have some Uncover Love oracles for that, and then some tarot. So the bond between you both is equality. Mutual respect, equal give and take, needs are both important. That's really nice. All of these are really positive, actually. Friendship, prioritizing friendship, fun in the connection, a bond beyond the physical. It really feels that too. Like this is a real connection. It's raw and it's real. Spiritual connection, telepathic communication, deep heart space connection. That is clear as well. You have the Six of Cups and the underlying energy. So definitely feeling like there's a past life connection between you both and a very strong reason to be pulled together. Restraint, delayed gratification, holding off on sex, taking things slowly. There's a lot of respect here. Responsibility, no excuses, keeping your word, admitting when you are wrong. And even this woman's like, you know, so there's going to be moments where you maybe want to turn away from them, but you know this is real and there's something about it that's worth it, you know? There's something about it that's worth it. There's romance, they keep trying, you know. Yeah, admitting when you're wrong. There's accountability here. I like that because I was a little concerned in the earlier energy of some of this stuff. And like being a general, everyone will have a little bit of difference. But anyway, or more of who they are. We have the bond between you. The Page of Swords, lots of curiosity, lots and lots of really inspiring conversations and conversations that get you thinking. You know, you really like, they might have different perceptions on mental health or on like world matters, things like that. I don't know why I'm getting Joe Rogan podcast energy for some reason. So I guess maybe it's because they talk about so many topics and they really like, it's a very informative podcast. So maybe it's like the way you talk is sharing ideas that maybe you've heard on a podcast or like really interesting topics. And it's, you know, Joe Rogan questions everything. So it's like, I think you both also question everything about each other, about your intentions, about your history, about what you want in life. Like, you are both really interested to find out the nitty and gritty. Seven of Pentacles, investment. The bond between you is that of something that could really stand the test of time. You want to both commit and connect for a long term. 10 of Cups is a marriage, so there's potential that this connection does take you to a wedding. And a lot of happiness. 10 of Cups is the happy ever after energy. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is romance. So this is nice. It is definitely a nice connection. I swear I just pull the cards and don't really, like, little bits come through, but I try to just get them out and then read it raw. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to pull an oracle card, I'll mark the page, but I'm not going to read it until it's time. So it's more like organic that way. It feels more organic for me to give the message that way, rather than like preconceive what it's trying to say and then orchestrate that. But anyway, Knight of Cups, there's romance. They're going to always try with romance for you. And I get that with this card as well. Like this person's like, he's got the flowers and the fruit and the wine, and she's turning away, and he's even got a guitar to serenade her, and he's like, no, I'm not giving up on you. You know, it's that type of thing. Like, I'm going to keep at it until you soften, in a nice way. Your future potential. So 6 of Swords, future potential is coming out of darkness and into the light. This is about mental strain being eased. Times of turbulence coming into times of peace. So the potential is that if there was turbulence before you met, you'll find a lot of peace together. If you go through turbulence together, you will find that this connection, it keeps coming back into a healthy place or a peaceful place. Even if you come up against, you know, a scratch in the record, something comes to create a beautiful harmony, a melody after that. So it's like you work through things together, basically. The Page of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, all of this is like new discovery. I think you can be maybe quite competitive with each other, which is a good thing. I think you inspire each other to grow with the world here as well. You inspire each other to take on new projects and open your mind. I think you might also, I'm getting like people that like to game together. I don't know why the laptop made me think of people that game together, but like joint projects, things you'll do together that feel like maybe you'll work together on a business thing, or, you know, that sort of feeling. And also with the 5 of Swords, it's like, I think you really learn to mature together. Like, so if there are these underhanded behaviors or patterns from past relationships that start to surface here, I think you both seem to work together to close out those cycles and really, and grow. Really, it's quite nice. There's no hiding that this is going to challenge you, but it's also got a lot to offer. The guidance for you is the Wheel of Fortune, Death, and the Tower, Page of Wands. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is guidance. Allow there to be growth. Wheel of Fortune is about destiny unfolding, but with the image of the child, the maid, and the mother, the crone, it makes me feel like allow this to help you evolve into who you're supposed to be. With the Death next to it, it's like, it's shedding skins. It's a transformation. So allow this connection to transform you. If you have anger issues or frustration and things you bottle up, or you might be a person that rages at times, or somebody who sabotages or blows things up or something like that. It's like this connection's helping you learn from mistakes. It could be for them as well, but this guidance is for you. So it's helping you learn from things in the past that don't work for you. It's helping you grow. And this person, if she keeps staying here, then she's going to keep getting bitten. She's already been bitten. So it's about learning from our past experiences, and also maybe some things around mental health or anger or stress, those sorts of heavy, darker or rageful emotions. It can help you grow up, I think. Help you outgrow old patterns. Okay. So, now, I can't say this is the one and only, forever person. I don't know that. This is a general. So it's not to give that answer right here, but this is a connection that's coming towards you. And if you want to learn and grow from it, then do so. But the moment it feels like it's not growing anymore and you need to move on, then by all means do so. Another oracle card. You had forgiveness. Stop focusing energy on the past. For life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. You also have criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So that's a message as well. Again, denoting that there will be times when, it's not perfect and easy, but it is what it is. So we have unfinished symphony here as well. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write a letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So does that apply to where you find yourself today? And letting the past go? Is it to do with this connection when you meet? It remains to be seen, and everyone will resonate differently. I do have a pendulum for you, so if you'd like to ask a question or pause if you need more time. I think that's all the cards now. Yep. So the pendulum for my group threes. Can I see what their yes is going to look like? Lovely. Can I see the no? Beautiful. I just love the feeling. And so the answer for group three's question. It is a no. I'm like giving it a chance in case it wanted to change its mind because it felt uncertain at the start there, but it is a no. So hopefully that was supportive for your question. And hopefully this reading gave you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance around this situation. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3.